Hi, I'm Rachel Neville. I'm an artist, I'm a photographer, and a former dancer. At the end of 2024, something completely unexpected happened. Through meditation, I opened to channel. It's a bit of an origin story, that's for sure. But what's relevant now is that I am a vessel for Artemis, who is also one of my primary guides, and a whole host of other beings who step forward to bring us messages, who call themselves the Collective. This is a real channeled session, shared with permission, meant to help you reconnect to your own inner guidance, your own sense of the greater consciousness around us. No scripts, no performance. I need to be clear about my role here. I'm the vessel. I'm sort of like a radio. The wisdom comes through me, but I'm not the source of it. My job is to create these sacred spaces for the messages to come through. Your job is to allow for the vibration to sit into your system, to sink into your tissues, and allow your cognitive mind to absorb the information. For transparency, any long pauses that naturally occur during a transmission may have been trimmed just for flow. Basic audio and lighting may be adjusted a little bit, but really nothing else has been changed. The messages and the energy remain completely authentic. If you feel called to be here, welcome. Your presence shapes some of the messages that come through.
Good afternoon. We would like to discuss the topic of heartbeats. Heartbeats are not as regular in electricity as you might expect from the very beginning. The cells that make up a heart do not fire simultaneously. There is an energetic spark here, an energetic spark here, an energetic spark here, an energetic spark there, that over a few moments become synchronized and fused together. The energy needed to come into an embryo that creates the energy for the heart to function comes directly from your soul energy. And this energy coming into your space enters into the cellular functions, enters in to the particles, conjoins with that which is required to produce a pulse that mimics the pulse that exists in all living things, in all matter, in all atoms, in all that exists. And it is here when we focus our attention on what you would call your heart center, where you feel most connected. Some would say to your consciousness, some would say to the natural environment, some would say to other individuals, some would say to the greater consciousness at large. And through these heartbeats, this pulse that exists to connect all of us together, you often find a discordance, an irregularity, a difference in beat. And you occasionally find this difference in beat to be positive or negative, depending on the circumstance or experience. You find this difference in resonance within yourself and others, oftentimes dictating those that you feel most comfortable with. And you often find the need to synchronize through contact with others. This pulse, this beat, what some would say a nervous system alignment. And certainly this often is the case for many, in particular, mothers and children, for they share the same nervous system until the children are grown. However, it is important to note that while you may feel differences in this pulse, that every being, every particle, every bit of matter, a sense of this pulse within them. And as we connect to ourselves, to those around us, to the feeling state, to the field, to the earth that has given us so much, we point out that this pulse, given the opportunity to mirror that of those around us, will always occur. Place two individuals of different resonance or pulse in one room for a length of time, and you will find that there is synchronicity between them over time. And you may find that in your everyday life. You may find yourself in a friendship situation with one that does not feel congruent with your system. Spend enough time with them, and you become like. This is a natural way of occurring in our universe, and one with which we would bring your focus and attention to, particularly should you find yourself in circumstances where you feel disconnected, where you feel discongruent within your circumstances, situation, or surroundings. It is oftentimes why the suggestion to spend time in nature, outdoors, by the sea, in the trees, becomes of therapeutic value. For should your internal pulse be at a level that is not self-sustaining for you, this is one of the fastest ways to allow it to shift. It is also one of the reasons why it is suggested to pay attention to those you surround yourself with, or your pulses, your fields, will become aligned with enough time spent. And we draw this to your attention not because you are not familiar with the concept, but to bring it to you from a different vantage point, from the pulse that moves through all of us. In the beginning, in the womb, is just that, a pulse. It is not an emotion. It is not a way of being. It is not circumstances, situation, education, culture. It is just this, a pulse, which runs through all beings, through all matter, everywhere. And as you move through your day and you are conscious of the energies that surround you and surround others, we would, if even for a brief moment, bring your thoughts back to the idea, to the notion that each thing, each object, each human, each animal, each plant, each particle begins with a pulse. We wish you a beautiful day.
Thanks for watching. The real work begins, of course, when you turn off this video. It's one thing to sit in these vibrations and listen and feel good, and it's another thing to take it into your real life and really connecting to the greater consciousness and that well of well-being that exists for all of us. My hope is that these messages simply remind you of the connection that's available, the guides that are here to help, quite literally the love that surrounds us and is always within us. Trust what you know, take what serves you, and leave the rest. Come back as often as you need to listen to the messages, to sit in the vibration and allow it to sink into your tissues. Reach out with any questions that you have. It's been my experience that the guides will always answer. Not necessarily always in the way you're expecting or in what you're hoping, but always in the way that you need for that particular moment in time. If this felt meaningful, there are more of these transmissions on this channel. Please feel free to subscribe. We also offer one-on-one sessions and community support for those who are looking for a deeper connection. Thanks for being here with me in the collective today.